Hi, welcome to my channel, The Divine Storm 369. Thank you for joining me. This is a karmic reading, and this reading is between the masculine energy and the karmic partner, okay? It is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you personally. Leave the rest behind, okay? It's never a good idea to force readings to fit, okay? So let's go ahead and start off by clearing the space of any and all negative energies. Okay. So this is a karmic reading, okay? And this reading is between the masculine and the karmic partner. So a lot of people can be confused about what a karmic partner actually is. Okay, a karmic partner isn't, in the grand scheme of things, a karmic partner is actually a soulmate. Okay, in our life, because they are coming into our life to teach us a spiritual lesson. And although it might be a hard lesson, it might be a lesson that we don't want to learn, in the end, we always become wiser. We always have more discernment in regards to relationships. And honestly, it helps us to respect and know what healthy relationships are, meaningful relationships are, loving relationships, and a karmic partner isn't always a bad thing, okay? Karma, and when we talk about something that's karmic, we talk about soul ties, okay? So we're talking about soul ties, whether it be from another lifetime, whether it be from this lifetime, okay? It could be karmic debt. It could be a soul contract, all right? So there's many different reasons why we might have a karmic partner, but in the end, it's always about learning, okay, and growing and evolving spiritually. And I do believe that we learn and we grow and we evolve the most through our relationships, okay, our relationship to ourselves and to others as well. All right, so this reading actually is going to be focused on the shadow aspects of the divine masculine and the karmic partner, okay? So I am going to start out with the disruption generator, all right? And we're going to take a look at the theme for the reading, all right? This is going to work as our mutual energy here. So let's go ahead and start. All right, we have component number 56, okay? Fanatical, belief beyond reason, zealotry, obsession. We see an X there, okay? There's an X over the third eye. Look at that. Someone looks very frustrated. They look angry. There's an X over their third eye, symbolizing that they are unable to be in touch with their intuition. They are unable to hear what their soul, what their spirit is trying to tell them. Okay, their third eye is completely blocked. This is someone who feels they do not have purpose. Okay, and they're unable to find direction. And this is because their third eye is so blocked. The crown chakra is blocked. Okay, there's an obsessive energy in this karmic relationship. It is a number 56, which is 11, okay? Which is actually the number 1, and 11 is master number, okay? Which means I feel like with this connection, this is like the tying up of karma. This is a karmic debt being paid, okay? I do feel like this is a past lifetime connection. I do feel like there is a karmic debt. It is being paid in this lifetime. Okay. And I do feel like after this debt is paid, I feel the soul contract, the soul cord will be fulfilled, will be severed. Okay. And all karmic debt paid. So I feel like this relationship, this connection, this karma, right, will be released. I feel like in this connection, there's not a lot of reason. There's nothing logical about this connection, okay? That something seems very obsessive, fanatical, a certain mania to it, okay? Like not able to think clearly, not able to see clearly, especially with the X here over the third eye and the crown chakra. So this feels like a very, very heavy, obsessive energy. Number 11 is justice and the tarot. So I do feel like someone could have issues with being in the legal system, being in the court system, the correction system. Okay, someone could be in and out of jail, of prison, probation, in and out of court. All right, whatever it is, I feel that there is this problem almost like with reforming, right? Like I feel like there is an element of the law involved here, and I feel like it's stemming from a certain mania in the connection. Okay, so if it's coming from the karmic or the masculine, either one, maybe it's both, we'll find out. This is like allowing certain moods, certain energies, certain manias to control you, to rule you, and really just allowing you to do things without thinking and get caught up, right? Maybe even get in trouble with the law. But I do feel like that is an issue here. Let's take a look at some zodiac signs. So I'm going to get 2 signs for the masculine energy. And then I'm going to get 2 signs for the karmic. All right, so this could be sun and moon signs. It could be a rising sign, you know, just take what resonates. So I'm going to start with the masculine here. Let's see what sign we have. Okay. So we have very, very heavy, like Leo here. Okay, we got Leo, we have Virgo. So this could be a Leo, Virgo cusp. Okay, for the masculine, we'll just set this here. And I feel like this masculine is usually very, very logical with those signs. You know, and that's why I feel like this relationship for them is very shocking. Okay, I feel like this masculine is someone who was always on the straight and narrow path. Okay, this is someone who never really fell out of line, who never got in trouble with the law, who never really rebelled against what they were really, you know, supposed to do, right? And it's like being with this karmic, it's like all of those things go to the wayside, go to the garbage. They've been in trouble with the law. They act like they're not thinking. I mean, all of the things, the trouble that they get themselves into seems so unlike them when they are with this karmic. Let's take a look at the karmic signs. Oh, wow. So we got Virgo and we have Cancer here. All right. So I really feel with Virgo and Cancer, I am getting just this very manic energy from the karmic, and almost like a bipolar, very, very high, then very, very low. Okay, mood shifting, mood swings. But when it's at a high, it's like an ecstatic energy, which I feel is almost like a mania. Okay, so I feel like a spiraling with that. These two do share one of the same signs. So whether it be sun, moon, or rising, there's one sign that they do share, and I feel like it's Virgo. Okay, so they both share the sign of Virgo. And in Virgo in the chart is where you're going to find their karmic history. All right, so this would be where their karmic debt would lie, what needs to be repaid. Okay, find Virgo in your masculine's birth chart. That is where, if this reading resonates with you, right? Because I do work on a more individualized basis. Virgo in this masculine's birth chart is going to show you a lot of secrets, okay, about karma and their karmic relationship, because this is a sign that they share with the karmic, right? So I feel like with all this Virgo energy, there's a lot of stress, okay? There's an extreme amount of mental energy, and I feel like it does come out in the worst ways in this relationship. So mental strain, mental stress, okay? And, you know, even this could be both of them struggling with their mental health in some way, and this connection not making it any better, not making it any easier, but actually making it worse and harder on each other. And I do feel like the Virgo here between each other is like an intrusive form of Virgo, intrusive thoughts, over analyzing, nitpicking, you know, mental strain, mental stress, paying attention to too many details and letting that kind of take you down a spiral of mania. So almost like a sensory overload type of energy here. Okay, that is the type of energy and feeling that this connection is giving me. It's like, yeah, sensory overload, too much stimulation, too much mental stimulation. All right, so let's get a card. Look, we got the Lovers in reverse that wanted to fall out. So I feel this is the mutual energy. All right, Lovers in reverse. We do know that the Lovers comes with a choice. All right, and there is a choice here. That is true. We could see that there's a choice that this masculine needs to make, or that they have made a choice, but unfortunately they have not chosen their heart. That's why it's in reverse. For some reason, this karmic seemed like the logical choice here. Yes, this masculine did have a choice between their mind and their heart. They chose the mind. They chose the logical choice. Something about this karmic partner seemed logical. But it turns out it's the complete opposite. I mean, I'm talking like just out of your mind land here. Okay? Things that do not make sense. There's no love in this connection. It's supposed to be logical. It's supposed to make sense, but yet somehow it does not. All right? In order to be completely practical and logical, you know, people think, well, we cannot use our heart to do that. We have to use our mind. We have to use our brain only. And that's not true, because to be 100% practical and logical, we have to use our heart and our mind. We have to carefully take into account our emotions and the way that that affects our logic and our mind, or else it's not truly practical, is it? Is it really practical to be with someone that you don't truly love, but you think it looks like a good idea, or it looks like the smart choice? That's not practical, but yet that's you taking your heart completely out of the situation, and that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, we have Gemini here. Perhaps this masculine has a twin flame. Okay, with Gemini, that's the astral twins. So perhaps they have a twin flame out there. Perhaps they have not chosen them, but they have chosen the karmic partner with this in reverse. All right, let's take a look deeper at this karmic relationship. We got disharmony. So there's a lot of disharmony here between the two of them. Okay. They just simply do not get along. All right. You're giving up being your true, authentic self to gain the karmic's approval. So this masculine, the reason why they don't get along and the reason why the Lovers is in reverse, Gemini has two faces. Okay. So this masculine feels like they are being forced to be two-faced. They feel like they cannot be their true, authentic self, or the karmic is going to pick them apart. Okay. Is going to judge them. So I do feel like this masculine really holds back their true emotions, their true thoughts, their authentic self in order to gain the karmic's approval. Okay. And it does cause disharmony. It causes stress. It causes a disruptive energy. Okay. Because when somebody is not being authentic, when someone is not being their true self, you can sense it. You can feel it. Okay, it feels like something isn't right. It feels like maybe they're not being honest, right? It feels like they're hiding something, and that's an energy that you can feel. All right, and definitely the karmic feels that. And the masculine also feels that because they're not comfortable. They're not able to be their selves. So how can they be comfortable? So there is a lot of disharmony here because of that. They can't seem to get along. And maybe it's because they don't truly know each other. All right, let's get another card here. All right, so we got arrogance. All right. So I do feel like these two become very, very arrogant around each other. Okay. The masculine isn't authentic around the karmic. The karmic senses that there's a tension between them. It turns into defensiveness. It turns into disharmony. It turns into arrogance to cover up that insecurity. And this masculine has developed insecurities being with this karmic because they have become so used to hiding their true self, okay, stuffing it down, not showing it, okay, feeling like their true self doesn't deserve approval, that it's just going to be picked apart. So they hide it, right? They pretend to be someone that they're not in order to gain the karmic's approval. And so this has actually caused a real insecurity about themselves that they are now struggling with. It has caused a real fear of rejection, okay? And being rejected for being their true self. So they've developed a fear of this. All right? And they now cover up that fear with arrogance. Maybe you've seen this masculine acting very egotistical, acting very arrogant. Okay, this is a mask. This is a show for their insecurities. This is their fear of rejection actually showing on the surface when you see this. Okay, this is them. What you're witnessing when you're seeing that is them actively working to disapprove of how they truly feel, to disapprove of their true self and to stuff it down. So this is a masculine that now needs to work on accepting their true self, their authentic self, and giving themselves love as they are needing it, not as someone else sees fit or as, someone else sees if you deserve it or not, but giving you the love that you need and you deserve. What has drawn these two together in the first place? Okay. So I think that these two do have a mutual energy here in their past, in their background, and that they both feel they were not given enough attention as children. So this could be that they both came from an environment or a family of neglect and disharmony. Okay. And especially this masculine. Okay. So they have come from a background of neglect. And now it's like they have to work to understand that outside approval and validation is only temporary. It's not long lasting. And I think that, this masculine and the karmic were not given that validation. They were not given understanding in the past in some way. So whether this is in their childhood, in their family, or in previous relationships, they didn't feel understood. They didn't feel like they were able to show themselves or be themselves in some sort of way. And they did this because they were afraid of that rejection. They did this because they were insecure of their true self being rejected. Okay? Because their whole life they were seeking that validation and that attention that they did not receive as a child. So they had been seeking that, and they had put so much importance on that approval and that validation from others, not realizing that outside validation and approval is only temporary. It is not long lasting. And it doesn't really make you feel any better in the long run. It's just temporary, right? So outside approval and validation feeds arrogance. It's food for your ego, right? But inside, approving of yourself, okay, giving yourself validation is long lasting once you learn how to do that. And it feeds your authentic self. It feeds your true self, not the ego, not the arrogance, okay? So these two feed each other's arrogance. They didn't get enough attention as children, right? So now they're acting out. They act out for attention. They dismiss each other. They fight a lot because it's like they're seeking that attention. It's almost like, how they say children will act out like to get attention from their parents, even if it's bad attention, like they don't care, right? Like as long as it's attention, it's kind of like that. As long as they're getting that attention, they don't care. It's almost like a child acting out, right? That's what I'm getting here. But they're acting out at each other, and it's just causing disharmony. It's causing insecurity. It's causing arrogance. And they both look like arrogant assholes. I'm just going to say they do. When they're fighting like this, when there's so much disharmony, people look at these two and they're like, wow, these two arrogant assholes. Like, I'm sorry for the language, but yeah. And I do feel like they might even argue at times and put each other down, in disharmony, like putting on a show for others. If they believe that they have an audience, they will act up even more, And I think that they feel like they're putting on this show for people, and it makes them feel powerful, and it makes them feel like they have all this attention. But really, it's like people are thinking that are seeing this, oh my gosh, this is weird. This is really weird. Like, I don't want to be around this because it makes me feel uncomfortable and weird, right? So I am now going to get a statement here that is true for the both of them, okay? A mutual statement. Okay, we got a few. We're just going to take them. So this is just kind of a freestyle reading tonight, you guys. So whatever comes out about this. I've been here before with others, so this is not a first-time thing, okay? This has been relationship after relationship, okay? Because it is an issue with the way they grew up. It's an issue with the way they feel about themselves, okay? So, of course, they've been here before with others, and I know you're watching me. All right. So I know you're watching me. It's like, yeah, it's like putting on that show. And it's like, I don't know. It's like arguing, putting on this show for other people, acting very egotistical, definitely operating out of a place of arrogance, out of a place of fear and insecurity, putting down the other person. It's like, an argument where you're kind of throwing low blows, right? And they do this in front of people, especially in front of people. But this isn't the only relationship they've done this, okay? This has actually been a pattern for both of them. And so actually they're just kind of meeting their match in each other. All right, but I do feel like this is by far like the worst, the heaviest energy of this particular energy that they've ever dealt with. This is by far the most disharmony of any relationship, but of course they've been here before with others. As a matter of fact, they actually do this in a lot of their relationships. Probably they do this in their friendships too. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the masculine's energy towards the karmic, all right? What is their energy towards the karmic? We got the Five of Pentacles. Taurus energy, all right? So they definitely are at a loss. They feel like they have become wrapped in darkness, shrouded in darkness. Okay, very dark, heavy energy. They take a long, hard look at themselves in this relationship, and they do not like what they see. They do not like who they had become. They feel like they are losing a little piece of themselves. The further they go along in this relationship, more of themselves they lose. More of their authentic self they lose to arrogance, and they lose to insecurity. Okay. That's how this masculine feels about this relationship, about the karmic. They feel that they are losing a part of themselves. And it's being replaced by darkness, by anger, by arrogance and disharmony. So what is the shadow work that this masculine really needs to do? Why did this karmic come into their life? What lesson is the karmic bringing with them? What shadow work is this masculine meant to do? All right, we're going to take a look at that. But first, we're going to get a message, okay, from this masculine's heart to the karmic, how they feel. All right, how do they feel towards the karmic here? Okay. I hope I will see you again sometime. So this isn't towards the karmic. This message is about that little piece of themselves that they have been losing. Slowly, little by little, losing piece after piece. Seeking for outside validation and approval, stuffing down their true authentic self until they no longer remember who they are. That's how you lose yourself. And so this masculine says, I hope I can find myself again. I hope that after traveling through all this darkness, all this disharmony, I am able to find myself. I'm able to see my true self again. Because they've been here before with others. And each time they feel like they've lost a little part of themselves. So they're hoping that they'll find those parts again. Because they feel so far and so distant from them. They don't even know or remember those parts that they have lost. All they know is that they've lost it, that they feel differently, that they seem different. That's all they know. So what is the shadow work that Spirit wants them to focus on? Okay. Impatient. This masculine has been extremely impatient with themselves. Okay. Let's go ahead and get another clarifier to go along with this. All right. Attitude of authority. Okay. So this masculine has been very impatient with themselves. They really have. Okay. This masculine is looking for pieces of themselves that they have lost along the way. And Spirit is asking them, if you want to find those pieces of yourself that you have lost, that you have replaced with arrogance, insecurity, and disharmony, first look for the patterns. Look at the past and look at the patterns in your past. Do you notice any similarities? Do you notice any correlations? Okay. So Spirit is asking this masculine to go back. Notice patterns in your life. Notice patterns in how you feel. There you're going to find answers. That's where you start. Okay, noticing those patterns and then actively working to break whatever patterns has led you down this road. Notice the negative physical symptoms that this is causing you. The mental strain. Okay, the stress. The chest pains. It could even be chest pains. They're holding their chest in this card. Okay. This is too stressful. And Spirit is asking this masculine to notice the way that this relationship is really making you feel. Not just emotionally, not just mentally, but physically as well. Stress is not good for you. Okay, stress is literally, it can lead to every ailment possible because it's literally like the worst thing ever for you, for your mental body, for your spiritual body, for your physical body, for your emotions. Stress can lead and agitate any ailment. Okay, so start paying attention to your body, masculine, and the way that you feel in certain situations around certain people, including the karmic. Spirit is also asking this masculine to take deeper breaths, to be more patient with themselves. They've been impatient with themselves. Okay. This masculine has also been trying to force people to love them by hiding their true self, by putting on a mask and putting on a show and putting on the face that they think that people find lovable, the face that they believe that everyone could love or everyone wants to love. But that's not true. You can't make people love you if you don't love yourself. And this masculine has been very impatient in love. I think that this masculine had decided very early on, because of the patterns that they've had in their relationship and their past, the disharmony, they kind of decided that no one's going to love them, okay? That they're unlovable. And they became very impatient and they got into this connection before they were ready. So Spirit's saying, take a deep breath, slow down, okay? You cannot make anyone love you by hiding your true self. You cannot make anyone love you if you don't even love yourself. You need to go back. You need to revisit patterns of your past and find those pieces of yourself, okay? So let's get a message from Spirit to this masculine, okay? Sometimes the answers that we are seeking are in the past. Okay, honestly, sometimes they are. This one flipped over, so we're going to pull that one too. So Spirit is saying, masculine, it is okay to shine. It is okay to let your inner heart, your authentic self, your true self shine forth and shine outward and shine forward. And Spirit wants you to know that that is absolutely okay. It is okay to really be yourself. And, you know, I know you feel like you have lost yourself along the way and on the path and on this journey. And that's why Spirit is asking you to find yourself again and know that it is okay to be you and it is okay to shine. It is okay to trust your instincts. Okay, about other people, about how you feel. All right, it's okay to trust what Spirit is telling you right now. I feel like Spirit has been trying to get this message through to this masculine, and they have been impatient, and they have not wanted to calm their mind enough to receive the message. So here it is. It's okay to trust your instincts. It's okay to say, hey, you know what? I don't feel good here. Hey, you know what? I feel like something is changing inside of me because of this relationship, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like me. That's okay. So masculine Spirit wants you to work on finding yourself and on knowing that it is okay to be you, and it is okay to let others see the real you, okay? You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need approval from anyone because Spirit approves of you. And when you approve of yourself, when you know in yourself who you are and you approve of who you are, you don't need anyone else's approval. And nobody else's approval can even come close to your own about yourself. That's the truth, okay? So everyone else's approval pales in comparison, I promise you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Karmic's energy towards the masculine, okay? So again, this reading is about what has led them into the karmic relationship in the first place and how to heal, okay? How to heal and learn the lesson that you're meant to learn from the karmic, all right? We have the King of Cups. I feel like this karmic is a Cancer or has very strong Cancer vibes. I do feel like this karmic very, very much wants home. They want a home. They want to create a home for themselves. I feel like they've never really had a home, a true home that they felt emotionally tied to. They never felt loved or accepted emotionally. And I think that that's why these two came together, right? And in a way, it is very healing. Through this pain, it is healing because you're face to face with your own pain. Through the karmic, through their eyes, you are witnessing, you are seeing your pain in another, right? You are witnessing your own wounds in another. And whether they see those wounds or are wounded from those wounds in the same way that you are, it doesn't matter. You're still looking at a physical representation of those wounds that you have. There is karmic mirroring here. And yes, karmic mirroring is a thing as well. Okay? This karmic cannot control their emotions. They know this. They have tried. They have tried to no avail. All right? They have issues controlling how they feel. They have issues keeping it inside. Okay? This karmic is someone who feels they have to explode emotionally in order to get any attention. This karmic is someone who feels that they're not automatically going to receive approval or validation from anyone. This is a karmic who acts very arrogant, and they will force that approval and validation. They will force it on someone, because if they even sense the slightest bit of disapproval from anyone around them, there will be disharmony. Okay, this karmic will sense it. There will be disharmony. Okay, this karmic will be completely arrogant, completely rude. Okay, this karmic will tear the other person down. This karmic will see that as a competition. So this karmic tries to force approval by being a bully, basically. Okay? And so they're going to realize, and the reason why they've been with this masculine is because they're meant to realize this is not going to work for you any longer. This is not the way that you can treat people. You can't force approval. You can't force validation. All right. So let's go ahead and get a card here about the karmic, how the karmic really feels towards the masculine. I'm waiting for my apologies. So another thing about this karmic does not apologize. They never apologize. Okay. I feel this karmic has an obsession with emotional control. They want to control others. They will bully people into emotional submission. Okay. And they want others to apologize for their bullying. They want others to say, I'm so sorry, karmic, for saying the wrong thing, that it upset you so badly that you felt you had to bully people. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. How could I have ever been so insensitive? This is the type of stuff this karmic wants to hear. They take no responsibility for themselves whatsoever. Okay? And again, they've been here before with others. All right? This is every relationship they've ever been in. They do not apologize for their wrongdoings because their emotions take them over. They become manic. They become obsessive. This is a type of person who seeks revenge and vengeance, and retaliation without even thinking about it. It's like they just act. This is the type of person who does not think clearly, who cannot see their faults because they are so blinded by blind emotion. Okay, they are so self-absorbed by their intense emotions that they don't even try to control it. They don't even stop to think for a second, that these emotions might be an indication that something could be wrong here with, health in some way. No, they don't take it like that. They believe it's everyone else that's wrong. Okay? So let's see what shadow work this karmic is meant to be doing here. Okay, we got a little tiny stack. Let's see what we got. First of all, quarrelsome. This karmic fights with everyone. They never get along with anyone because there's so much disharmony within themselves. They externalize that. They also have a lot of disharmony with others, okay? Because there is so much disharmony within themselves. If you don't have harmony within yourself, you cannot have harmony with another. If you are fighting internally constantly, you will constantly be fighting with another, okay? So this karmic fights with others to fulfill their emotional needs. Okay, it makes the karmic feel powerful. And it is a habit that this karmic started developing when they were younger, when they were a child, because they didn't get enough attention. So yelling, fighting, automatically gave them that attention. It made them feel a little bit more powerful, that they can control the energy, that they can control the attention of others. Okay. And I feel like this karmic had like the type of parents to where when they did this, when they acted out, it's like the parents forced the people around them to apologize to them, even though they were acting out. And so this karmic really has this ingrained in them that others need to apologize for their emotions, okay? They are egocentric. They are extremely arrogant, extremely egotistical, all right? This karmic tries to force their perspective, their viewpoint on everyone else. They do not respect anyone that disagrees with them. They do not respect anyone that doesn't have the same perspective as them or viewpoint. They do not listen to others. They believe that they know it all. They believe they have it all figured out. And they do not see what others have to say as valuable. They don't take it into account. So this karmic never learns anything new because they don't listen to others, okay? Instead, they want to fight, okay? When they hear someone that challenges their worldview, their perspective on themselves or others, they fight. It triggers them, okay? They become extremely egocentric and they will not listen, all right? So again, disharmony within themselves, externalized, disharmony outside of themselves as well. And they believe it's everyone else, that everyone else owes them an apology, but it's simply not true, okay? It's simply not true. Really, I think if anyone owes anyone an apology, maybe the karmic owes himself an apology and all the people that they bullied, right? So here we have possessive. So not only is this karmic quarrelsome, egocentric, okay, can't control themselves, they're obsessive, but they're extremely possessive to the point of fanatical, obsessive. They cling to this masculine. They cling to their side way, way too tightly. They do not know how to let go. This karmic has severe abandonment issues, and they do have a tendency to hold on to relationships for far too long. Way too long. This karmic sees their partners as someone that they own. Okay? They see love as an ownership over someone else. They do not take into account other people's free will or perspective. And, just to put things really bluntly and simply, they believe that they know better, that they kind of should control others, especially those that they are in a relationship with. So they are possessive. They cling to them. They watch them. They could even stalk them. Okay? But when they're around them, they treat them like crap. Okay? They do. They fight with them. There's disharmony. Okay? They bully them emotionally to make themselves feel powerful. And it's like, in relationships and friendships, in any relationship that is worth anything, you are going to have different perspectives. You're going to have different viewpoints, okay, on different things. And that is a good thing, right? Like, what could you possibly talk about if all of your views and all of your perspectives were exactly the same? You would have nothing to talk about. You would have nothing to discuss, right? So it's a good thing when someone has a different perspective than you do. You always can learn something. No matter what that perspective is, you always learn something, right? Either about the perspective in itself, or, you might carry away a little piece of intelligence or wisdom from what you've learned from someone else's perspective, from someone else's experience that may not be your experience. It may not be what you've experienced, but it still is 100% true experience, even if it's not yours, even if you don't agree with it or understand it, right? And that's what this karmic does not understand. So Spirit is asking this karmic, to listen to others, because you might learn something new. Spirit is asking this karmic to stop clinging on to someone or something and learn to let go. This is not going to give you the approval that you're seeking. This is not going to give you the validation that you've been desperately wanting during your life. This karmic believes that bullying people will force their approval. But in fact, it's the opposite. It's forcing their rejection. You just don't see it as such. But it's true. Spirit is asking this karmic to recognize that love has no ownership. Stop clinging to another and learn to cling to spirit, to your soul, to your own heart, because only once you love yourself can you love another. And this masculine, they have to learn to love themselves as well before they can love another. And so there is this mirroring here, this karmic mirroring with that. Spirit also wants this karmic to know that everyone has free will. Everyone. Okay, at least to a certain extent, right? You have the free will to choose. Okay, you get to choose your actions. And so this karmic tries to force things. And Spirit is asking them to see others' perspective, to learn something new, to recognize that everyone can make their own choices and that love has no ownership. Spirit wants them to let go. Spirit wants them to learn to stop clinging to outside sources. And Spirit wants them to also look at your past patterns, karmic. What emotional need has these patterns been fulfilling for you? And how does it make you feel powerful? Maybe, karmic, you're the one who owes some people an apology, right? It's a flip of the perspective. So that's what we have here. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit wants to say to the karmic about this. We got practice magic. Okay, so when Spirit talks about magic, especially with the CK, this is talking about real magic, true magic, which is inner magic, inner alchemy. Okay, Spirit is asking the karmic to go inside, to go within, okay, and practice inner magic, inner transformation, inner alchemy. Okay, turning the need to feel powerful to the need to just feel, right? From turning, shutting down others, not respecting or even recognizing that other people have different perspectives and different views than you, to seeking out others' viewpoints to learn something new, right? Spirit wants them to stop clinging on to something and instead surrender, let go. That's when the true magic always happens. Okay, surrender to your own free will and don't impede on someone else's. This is practicing inner magic, and that's what Spirit wants for the karmic, to go within, to allow yourself to transform and heal, because the root of all magic, true magic anyways, is healing, is inner healing. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and close up the reading by getting a couple messages from Spirit. Okay, so let's take a look and see what message Spirit has here. And I'm going to use the unicorn deck. bring a little bit of magic into this reading. Okay, so that came out. Let's just go ahead and leave it. All right. Message from Spirit. Wow, you know, I'm really seeing like the northern lights here, the aurora, this green aurora. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of the heart chakra. So getting in touch with your true inner heart, your inner goddess. Look at that. So we have intention here. Be clear and decisive from here on out. Okay. Focus on what you really want and what you really want to manifest. Be bold with your request to the universe. Okay. Don't hold back. Be bold and focus on what you want, not the negativity. All right. We got leadership. Step into your leadership. It's time for you to start leading your own life, your own heart, your own emotions, your own body, right? It's time, okay? Lead with intention. Lead yourself with intention and share your message. Inspire and empower others. And I think that with you really leading yourself with such intention, with such authenticity is going to be such an inspiration. I just really feel it. All right, so we have Goddess here. Honor your divine feminine energy. Okay, so Spirit is also asking this masculine and the karmic to honor the divine feminine. Okay, this karmic has not been honoring the divine feminine. This masculine has not been honoring the divine feminine. And Spirit is saying it's time to honor the divine feminine energy. It's time to honor your inner divine feminine energy. It's time to see your own inner beauty so that you could see beauty in others. Okay? Love every part of you so that you can love others. So again, Spirit is saying, you know what? You have not honored the divine feminine. You have distorted it. You have warped it. It's time for you to honor that. It's time for you to discover what true beauty is. It has nothing to do with really physical appearances, right? It's spiritual. It's on the inside. It's who you are and your heart and your soul. That is true beauty. All right, so Spirit is saying lead. It's time to lead. This karmic has not been leading themselves. They've been letting their emotions lead them and drive them. And this masculine has been letting the karmic lead them and drive them. So Spirit's saying it's time to lead with intention. It's time to lead with strength. And there will be no more dishonoring the divine feminine energy. It's time to honor that in yourself and outside of yourself. Okay. So that's the reading that I have here. Thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below if you'd like. Information for personal readings are also down below each video. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.